And this is our last design principle called dolly and zoom. Now we see, different instances of this quite a bit in both mobile and web design. And let's get into some of these examples in a second, but let me explain what dolly and zoom actually is, because it does kind of sound like a film term, and it is a film term. So let's jump right in. Dolly and zoom help to preserve continuity and spatial narrative when navigating different elements and scenes. You may think, what does that mean? Dolly and zoom allows users to really travel through, UI elements spatially, or increase their scale to reveal greater level of details or more important level of details. So let's get into what dolly is. So we have a couple of examples here. Dolly occurs when the user's point of view gets closer to or further from a UI element. Imagine a person with a camera walking up to a bug or an animal to get a better view. So dolly really helps, users look into some of those greater details. As we see on the left here, we can see they're using it in kind of like a parallax way, but also they're using kind of that dolly principle where they're zooming in to the next item. Really interesting. Same with this kind of pen, it's a red insulin pen, and zooming into these details really helps this kind of website get these little details across to users that they should know what separates this insulin pen from others in this case. Let's move on to zoom. With zoom, the user's point of view and the UI element remain fixed, but the element increases or decreases in size within the user's screen. Now imagine that the person stays put and uses the camera's zoom feature to make the, remember we were talking about in terms of dolly, we were talking about like a user moving closer to an animal or a bug or whatever. Now imagine that that person stays put and uses the camera zoom feature to make the flower or the bug or whatever your subject is appear a little bit larger. Now this is where zoom comes in. Now we can see it used here on this application where a user clicks this and it starts to become part of, the entire screen. They can zoom in and view this mouse in, larger detail. But zoom and dolly can be used in conjunction with each other, and they're a pretty powerful tool for, getting into the details of a certain object that a user needs to know about.